And our next finalist, Miss Maya Grady. Although it hurts me to say this, I think she would be happy if I did. She attends the high school. She's 16 years old, and her father is a basketball coach. And a lot of times she had an opportunity to spend some time with the athletes, and she did exactly what Mr. Isaiah did. She identified a need, and she attempted to solve it. Come on now.
So this may not work, but we're gonna work with it. It's okay. All right. Okay. My dad started his basketball organization called Team Thunder about 10 years ago. So I guess you can say I've grown up around athletes basically my entire life. But to me, they weren't just athletes, they became family. And most importantly, they became my brothers. But if you have a brother, you definitely know how they are. They're very overprotective, they want to know everything and anything. And I love them for that, but I always thought to myself, what could I do in return? And I couldn't think of nothing. But then I realized my dad would always ask the exact same question. He would ask them what was their ACT score, and they'd reply just like this. Man, coach, I ain't really get to study. I made like a 15. And being 6 years old, I had no idea what that meant. But now that I'm a sophomore in high school, I realized that these scores weren't getting us anywhere. The national composite score for the ACT as of 2016 was a 20.8. With Tennessee coming in at a 19.9, and Shelby County High Schools right here with an 18.8. Now these scores may seem extremely close together, so it doesn't seem that bad. But this means that students are getting mostly below a 20 on the ACT. Only 4% of Shelby County High School students are considered to be college ready, which means that 96%, and I mean 96% of students just like me aren't even expected to either be enrolled, let alone be successful in college. And that's why what I do is so important. Good evening, everyone, and my name is Maya Grady, and I'm the proud founder of ACT UP. ACT UP is a website that allows students to rate ACT programs on quality, efficiency, and effectiveness. And not only are we for the students who better off each other's ACT education, but we also help the parents because they are able to organize and fully see what's working and what's not working for their kids. But not only are we for the parents and students, we also benefit the ACT programs because they're receiving hands-on feedback from their students to better off our test. ACT UP is extremely different from other organizations because not only are we unbiased, when one looks up ACT prep online, all you find is marketing companies selling what they're being told to sell. You don't really hear what the students think, let alone the truth. But with ACT UP, we changed that. We have spent about $250 to launch it. And the industry standard is that for every $5 ad you use, you have to have 50 visitors, which means that with just 2,600 visitors, ACT UP can break even in just 6 months. With the revenue we bring in, we want to host ACT UP events and workshops to educate students on the importance of the ACT and let them know different routes they could take on taking down this beast. Now, I've seen too many talented people, athletics or not be successful in college because their ACT scores were too low. But I'm here to change that. But 2 stories come to mind. I am proud to say that 2 of my brothers exceeded 21s on the ACT and received full scholarships. Definitely. Not only did they handle their business on the court, but they handled their business in the classrooms and on the ACT. And for me, they've always taught me that it doesn't matter about how hard you think you're working, about how little time you think you have, who you are, or where you're from. We can always improve and do better. It may take a little time and a little bit more studying, but we can definitely do it. Act Up is easy to navigate, and we make sure that it doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are, you can use it too. You can follow us on Instagram at actup_901, where we post daily tips and we give you upcoming dates and deadlines surrounding the ACT. Again, my name is Maya Grady, and you should join me so we can raise ACT scores and make that 4%, 10%, 30%, and 50% and get these scores up and let students just like me become successful. Thank you.